Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about the patella reflex, or the jerk that happens when a patella or the patella region is hit. So the knee. So we've already talked about Golgi tendon reflexes and muscle spindle fiber reflexes before. So here we'll be combining both of them and see how it works. But we're mainly going to focus on the muscle spindle fibers, since that's what brings the reflex over. Golgi tendons are, to review a little bit, they react to the stretching of the tendon here, and it creates a tension in the muscle. So instead, that doesn't happen when the patellar region hits. Instead, the muscle itself is stretched, and the stretching of this muscle will activate the muscle spindle fibers and follow this blue line, which is an afferent neuron, to the spinal cord right here, also known as the CNS, and will deliver signals to the IPSP and the EPSP, intercellular neurons. And these send two different signals to the reciprocal muscles here. As you can see here, we have the quadriceps, and here's the hamstrings. And then, so when we get hit, let's say by like a hammer or something here at the patellar, we often see that there's like a jerk in our leg, where our leg kicks up, or the motion of our leg goes up. And this is because the hit, once the signal is sent here.
Just a moment, when we hit patella, why did you write down Golgi tendon there?
Because here's the tendon, right?
But Golgi tendon would not work for this situation, right?
The Golgi tendon exists, but it doesn't.
Okay.
It's just for comparison.
Okay. When we hit the patella tendon, what happened to the quadriceps?
The quadriceps will want to stretch.
Okay, quadriceps will stretch or contract when you hit the patella tendon?
Contract or stretch?
When you hit the patella tendon,
they'll want to stretch, right?
What does it happen? What does it happen to quadriceps? When you hit the patella tendon, does quadriceps stretch or contract?
They stretch forward.
Yeah, stretch, and then they send signal.
Yeah, they'll stretch, and they'll send a signal through the muscle spindle fibers to here, that sends a signal here to inhibit the hamstrings
to
relax them, so that they will not fight the stretching of this.
Okay, when the muscle relax, is it stretch or contract?
It is contract.
When muscle, so you said
muscle,
IPSP on hamstring?
Yes.
Will we stretch or contract?
It will stretch it.
Yes, but when muscle relax, it is more stretch.
Yeah.
Okay, and then EPSP?
The EPSP here will send a signal to the quadriceps to contract.
Yes.
So that we could, so when you hit the patella, it'll cause the quadriceps to stretch, sending a signal to the CNS, or to the spinal cord.
Through the dorsal ganglia?
Yeah, through the dorsal area.
Okay.
And this will send a signal to the interneurons, the IPSP and the EPSP. So the IPSP will send a signal to the hamstrings to relax, so that they do not contract, and instead stretch, allowing for the jerk motion to happen. And to the reciprocal, it'll send the EPSP will send a signal to the quadriceps to contract, causing the motion, the low kick motion.
What is the antagonist muscle?
The antagonist muscle would be the hamstrings, since the hamstrings are going to try to fight the jerk motion, or the reflex that's caused by this. This is why the IPSP sends a reflex or a relaxed signal to them, so that they don't fight it.
Okay. Can antagonist muscle can contract together or relax together during muscle reflection?
No, they'll
No
always
muscle
do the
reflexes?
they'll always
No.
do the opposite of the reciprocal. These reciprocals muscles will do the opposite when either they relax or stretch. They'll do the opposite of what the other one is doing.
Okay, what is a proprioceptor?
The proprioreceptors. Long word, proprioreceptors.
Proprioreceptor?
Yeah, proprioreceptors. Receptors are they are able to receive signals from the CNS to help our body react.
Proprioreceptors. What is the proprioreceptors in that picture?
It would be the muscle spindle fibers.
Okay, where do they receive those signals?
They receive the signals through the gamma motor neurons.
That's okay. Where do they receive the first muscle stretch signals?
They receive the muscle stretch signals inside the intrafusal area.
Intrafusal, those fibers receive signals from
the stretching of the muscle, the extrafusal muscles.
Yes, they receive the signal from an extrafusal muscle, and they send the signal to
the CNS, and then receive a signal out.
Okay, so we call the receptor organ, and then they receive the stimuli, and then how do they respond to the stimuli?
They respond to the stimuli by, in this case here, by contracting, and then in this case here, by relaxing.
Yes, using which neuron?
Using the gamma neurons.
Gamma motor neurons. Okay. So muscle spindles works on what type of muscle?
The muscle spindle fibers,
Do they work on skeletal muscle or smooth muscle or both?
They work with skeletal muscle.
It doesn't work with smooth muscle?
No, they only work with skeletal muscle.
Okay, so which fiber detects the change of velocity of muscle contraction?
These muscle fibers, the bag type, are able to tell the change of the velocity of the muscle fibers.
What is the name of the muscle neuron they connect to there?
Yeah, the type 1A bag.
Chain
Bag
fiber?
Yeah.
What about the other one?
These, the chain fibers.
Innervated by?
They're both innervated by gamma motor neurons, but the chain fibers, they detect the amount of stretch that the muscle has.
Through what type?
Through type 2
muscle
spindle
fiber?
fibers.
Okay. Okay, so when the muscle stretches while relaxed, how does the action potential, the expression of action potential will change?
When they're stretched. Okay,
when
so
you relax and stretch it, more stretch it.
So when the muscle here is stretched or contracted, it sends an action potential to the extrafusal muscle spindle fibers to contract, which sends an action potential to the intrafusal to contract as well, and that sends a signal to another action potential. While when they relax, the action potential sends straight to the muscles to relax, and it relaxes everything.
Okay, so when you muscle relax and stretch it or overstretch it, which one will have a higher frequency of action potential?
When the muscle is stretching, the highest action potential will be in the muscles.
The one that more stretches, you mean?
Yeah, the one that is stretched the most will have the most action potential.
Okay. What about the chain fiber? Will we increase the action potential, frequency of action potential when you stretch it?
No, the bag ones will receive more action potential because as the muscle is moving or is contracting, we use the bag type 1A muscle fibers, while the other ones, the chained fibers, will be used when we're more still and not creating action potentials.
Okay, Golgi tendon organ is made of
The Golgi tendon organ, type 1B muscle fibers.
okay, what is the material? What Golgi tendon is made of collagen.
Collagen, yeah. Oh, yeah, collagen.
Yes. Okay, and they innervated by type.
They're innervated by type 1B muscle fibers.
Is that afferent or efferent?
They're afferent.
Afferent.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't think so. I guess the same thing can happen in the bicep when we have a bicep reflex. Just it'd be the same system, just in a different area. Thank you.